Welcome back. This is part two of my collection tour, and I'm talking about my whole collection that's here at this location at least. I do have some things in my storage unit that are not obviously here. So, back to the dream house. So I did a long video on this that you can find on my videos and a short. So if you want more detail about this, please take a look at that. But here's an overview of my Barbie dream house. And I went through it room by room on that longer video. And yes, Barbie does have a bathroom down here, but we will move on for right now. By the way, just a quick look at my Simpsons village. I have a video on that on this channel as well. So I very much have some Simpsons figures and dioramas, if you want to call them those, including this one here. But back to the dolls. So I have some dolls up here from the Birds of Beauty collection. Also, my Promenade in the Park, I think it's called, from the 1910s. And some Cher dolls, as well as, if anybody watches Heartstopper, some little Nick and Charlie figures, I'll call them. Now, moving over here, I have DC dolls in this section, or this shelf, I mean. Also, I have my Fashionista females. Now, these are ones that, just happen to be grouped here that I like a lot. So there's, maybe about 22 dolls here from the last, I don't know, how long have Fashionistas been going on? 8 to 10 years, something like that? So, here's the very first curvy doll I got in a different dress that seems to be falling down a bit. I do think this doll is really pretty, by the way. Very pretty face, and same thing with the one next to her. And in the back row here. But we're going to move over to the Dream Cottage, which Henry Cavill happens to be visiting there, and he's even sexy as a doll. So, yeah, they're having a little get-together, barbecue. They have a headless grill master who's also not wearing pants, so he better be careful. I really like that wicker chair that I bought from somebody. They've got some food, snacks. They do have a pretzel maker or a pretzel machine there, and their pretzels at the top. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the Dream Cottage, including down here with a couple of guests. But for now, let's move over to the Barbie Townhouse that I got at Big Fun in Columbus, Columbus, Ohio, I mean. So I've got some Defo Lucy dolls and others here at the top, including two in wheelchairs and a Victorian-looking lady. She seems kind of out of place, doesn't she? I keep wanting to redress her. I just want to see her in something besides that dress, so we'll see. Haven't found it yet, but yeah, the townhouse has some interesting inhabitants, including this dog. That's the famous dog from the movie, the Barbie movie. And there's a country dolly wannabe. But yeah, there's, as you know, multiple layers, and I've added this part in the front from my Sears Fashion Mansion. In here, I have my row of Fashionista Kens, and this I showed in a short video about a week or so ago, which got a lot of views. People liked it, I guess. I've got the petite Kens here in the front, the average build Kens in the middle, and the buff or broad Kens in the back, starting with the one with the glasses. So, got quite a diverse group here, including the first ever Asian doll from the play line of Barbie, right there in the white shirt. I have redressed him, I believe, so that's not his original outfit. Okay, also I have these dolls up here, which I wanted to show you, including the Dynasty dolls, the Style Magic Whitney. I forget what that one's called, that one in the yellow, but Travel something. That's a Loving You Barbie next to her in that outfit. Costume Magic, I think, or is that what it's called? Costume Ball Barbie. And those other two who I just love, that outfit on the end is one of my favorites, or actually both those, but I think I like the last one best of all. So yeah, it's a nice group. Now, I do have some dolls in this closet. This is a doll closet, not a linen closet like it was intended. That just don't have room other places right now. And keep in mind, these are 3 or 4 dolls deep. Depends on the row. So we've got some of these looks dolls, including City Shine, Red Carpet, and that one in the blue, Secret Spells Kayla, who's an interesting doll. Some more look dolls here. And the Rappin' Rockin' series, I've got a few of those. Trying to get that glare off there. Grand Hotel Barbie. The Picture Pocket series, and I do have all 4, but this is just 3 of them. There's Rappin' Rockin' Christy, and the Alan and Midge. I'm curious, by the way, who's behind here, if I can get this out with one hand. Oh, there we go. Maybe I can get it. There's a sew-in style dial there, and I didn't mention the Jamal from the Shawnee line right here. Okay, so yeah, Alan and Midge from the wedding set. I showed you some out of the box, but here's some in. Behind Alan, by the way, is one of the Entrepreneur Barbies. I really like that set. I bought, I think, all of them years ago on the Barbie website. Do have some Generation Girls, including Laura in boxes. More City Shine from the Look Collection. Ice Skating Barbie, or they call it Jewel Skating, and California Christie from the Malibu line. I have at the very bottom some Oz dolls from Oz the Great and Powerful, and Erica Kane from All My Children. So just some looks at those. On the other side, we have Cyndi Lauper to represent the ladies of the 80s dolls. And there she is. And then more Oz the Great and Powerful. I do have some very velvet dolls, including Kira and Teresa in here. Happy Birthday. And even Roller Skating Ken and Barbie for President there. But also, this is where we get into some of the classique dolls, like that one. There's multiple layers, as you see. The anniversary dolls, and these, yes, are sideways. That's how they fit in there. Some Mad Men dolls. 60s, Donna Karen. Julia, my Julia doll is also in here. It's a repro, of course. And the ice skating Ken. Let me see something. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much, who you can see in this on display. They're just some of the most beautiful dolls to display, including some from the Jewel Essence collection from Bob Mackie, this Calla Lily Barbie, I think she's called, and some others. This one is obviously a redress Barbie, but I thought she looked so good in that. It's actually a Valentine Barbie, I believe. Some more of the Jewel Essence Byron Lars. I think he might, or she might be the only one I have from him. Of course, a My Fair Lady doll. And this one from Between Takes that's redressed. I forget which doll this is right this second. I'm wanting to say Nolan Miller, but I don't think that's right. She's in a beautiful dress. Look at that. But she has a table all to herself. Okay, and we're kind of getting towards the end here, but this cabinet, which is, some people might use for China. I use for dolls from China. No, I'm just kidding. Some are, of course, from China. But also Wizard of Oz items. So everything from Elizabeth Taylor and Marilyn, another My Fair Lady. What is that? Is that Christian Dior Barbie? And another Jewel Essence. The one that's by the pool in the back. The Tango couple. This young lady playing at the piano. I love that doll with the autumn look. Another Promenade on the Park. and that one in her original outfit right there. Classique doll next to her, and then some from Gone with the Wind. And the Grand Ole Opry Barbie in the back. Now there's some of my Wizard of Oz figurines from Franklin Mint over the years. A Wicked Witch under the piano, by the way. And then some more dolls down here, and then that includes the Wizard of Oz dolls. I just got this not too long ago. This is a Wicked Witch doll from Mattel, but it looks like Margaret Hamilton, who played her in the movie. And then, another Wicked Witch that wasn't specific to Margaret Hamilton. The Fiyero doll from Wicked, the Good Witch, the Wicked Witch of the East. She doesn't like to sit up much. Maybe because the house squashed her in the movie. And that's really all we saw were like that much in the movie. The Winky Guard, which is the Witch's Guard. And he came with a flying monkey, but this one was loose and didn't have the flying monkey. I have one in the box that does. And then the Wicked Alphabet doll. And then more Wizard of Oz stuff down here. And last but not least, at the bottom here, is more Wicked Wizard of Oz stuff, including these Wizard of Oz dolls from one of the Mattel sets. They did about 4 or 5 over the years, so I don't remember exactly which one that was from. But that's about it, and I hope you all have enjoyed this grand tour of my doll collection and some of the Wizard of Oz stuff here at my place, and I hope you watched part 1, and thanks for watching part 2. And if you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and you can even share it with others. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.